Taking down all the chaos from the weekend, it's time for Mayhem Monday on Franklin County's favorite morning show, The Starting Lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning, my people. Welcome into the starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee on ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. And yes, I am your host, Joe Abraham, joined alongside my real good buddy. You're my real good Betty.
Yeah.
I was trying to read your story. Sure. Believe it or not, I talk for a living, folks. My Spinosaurus friend, which I rewatched last night. I rewatched the latest Jurassic Park, and every time the Spinosauruses pop up, makes me think of you.
Oh, thank you. They were pretty sick in that movie.
May or may not be a good thing. But
yeah.
No, I consider it a good thing. It is the starting lineup. You're listening to ESPN Radio. Like I said, I encourage you to get involved in the show today at 931-967-3500. You can text the show as well, 931-305-5611, or you can do my most favoritist thing is when people jump in on the FMO Facebook feed. And Chewy, if they jump in this morning, they will see me in all of my coolness, in all of my glory,
Okay,
rocking the shades inside.
I was just curious if we were ever going to address it. I didn't know if it was just like, hey, this is a new thing I'm trying to pull off, or...
Well, it's a little bit cloudy out there today.
It'll clear up, though, this afternoon.
That's what they say. That's what they tell me. And we're on the inside of the building, covered, got shade in here. I'm wearing a hat, so the sun can't really get to my eyes. But, when you're just so good at picking winners like I am.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes you're just a little bit cooler than the rest of folks. It's just something that I wanted to do. I wanted to rock the shades.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well,
if that's what you want to do, go for it. But, listen, I'm not going to stop you.
No.
Look at me. I do the same thing.
Listen. Not everybody can understand what it is to be a cool guy like myself.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, if the Fonz can wear them inside and bang on the jukebox and the music comes on, then when I jump back up into second place during March Madness Bracket Challenge, I should be able to wear my sunglasses inside.
So you're back up in second.
Not only am I in second place, over the weekend, absolutely all you-know-what broke loose. The Vols, unfortunately, are done. It was a good run. Dang. Honestly, they made it farther than I expected them to.
Jay Cool already in the chat. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Jay. I don't know if we'll get a Brett Crabtree sighting. He said that he was not looking. He messaged me late last night. He's like, I don't even think I'm going to tune in tomorrow. He might wait for the first segment to be over.
Yeah.
Where is that? You got that? Yeah, you do. The spring thaw poker run thing?
I do. It is...
Speaking of J. Cool.
The 5th annual spring thaw poker run, CMVA.
Coming up.
Yep. It is on Saturday, April 18th. And the registration is at VFW Post 1893, 6200 AEDC Road in Estill Springs. And $20 per rider, $10 for passenger. I think we have this uploaded to the Facebook page.
Probably.
But I also do this on Swap and Shop if anybody's listening.
So back to the March Madness stuff, Chewy.
Yeah.
The Vols go home. Michigan ousts them. Like I said, it was a good run. The shocker, though, yesterday, at one point in time, Duke led UConn by like 19 points, I think.
Wow.
And at the very end, UConn shot a couple of free throws to pull it back within 2, and then Duke inbounded the ball. There was like 5 seconds left in the game. It's all over but the crying. And all Duke needed to do, really, was kind of run the clock out. And they're passing the ball. They're trying to move the ball up the floor. And their pass gets deflected and intercepted by UConn. They pull up for a three-pointer from, I don't know, just inside half court. It was a very long three-pointer. And drill it to knock Duke out of the tournament. With 0.4 seconds left, they hit a three-pointer and just bang, like that. Season over, the end, go home. And so when I say I'm in second place in the bracket challenge, the person that's in front of me, and Duke was the top pick in the bracket challenge.
Yeah,
like,
Duke and Arizona dominated.
1 out of every 4 people picked Duke to win the bracket. That's nationwide, not just in our bracket. And the only person in front of me is the big dog, which is insane to me because at one point in time, after the first round, he was in like last place. So he's in first place, but he had Duke winning it all. So he literally cannot win. And all it's going to come down to is which of the remaining 4 teams are left. If Arizona wins, I win. If Michigan wins, some dude named Jeff wins. If UConn wins, somebody else wins. So basically, I just need Arizona to win, which I still feel very confident in, even though Michigan's looking pretty good. But your boy is back.
No? All right.
Yeah. And for everybody else who doubted me, it's very quiet in the chat.
Yeah.
It got very loud at one point. There was a lot of people who wanted to tell me about what it was like to be in 25th place. So I ask you, my friends, how does it feel? I don't know. Now that you're down there, you tell me, how does it feel?
Oh, dear. All right. Well, Jay did come back saying that they did a pre-proker run right on Saturday. Absolutely beautiful, and that we will not be disappointed. So glad to hear it.
Very nice.
But yeah, it seems we're all quiet on the front as far as that goes.
Yeah, all quiet on the Western Front. And, I go back to my guys, my teams, my picks, peaking at the right time.
Right.
You got to be patient with these things, too. I try and tell people they don't want to listen.
Well, it's not over yet, so I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But we've still got a little bit more to go. It looks
You're
like
right.
Looks like I'm going to be in the gym with you though by the end of this this whole
possibility.
Thing. Yeah. So we'll see.
And for all those people who said that I only made it here on the back of Rob Kortner,
you said that,
which
yeah, that was you.
For all of myself, I proved it to me, myself and I. No, I don't know how it's going to shake out. There's 4 very good teams left. But I will say yesterday was that Duke UConn game was very entertaining. And for those of you that missed the end of it because you thought, well, Duke's got this one in the bag and they went out back and started cutting the grass, I do feel bad for you.
Lambo jumping in saying, SEC basketball, go Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan looks really good. Anyway, so there's that.
Well, okay, I'm happy for you.
I appreciate it. Now, today on the show, Chewy, I don't know if you knew this, but today is the first day of, well, not the first day. I guess it is. Not the first day, but it's the first official day of spring break.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Franklin County.
So no call from Deckard this morning.
No call from Deckard this morning. But with it being spring break, that means one of 2 things. Either you're not here listening or you're on vacation listening or whatever the case is. Hopefully for you, for your sake, you made it out of town. Good for you. For the rest of you who are going to work all week and your kids are probably at the house
causing a ruckus,
just absolutely destroying the house while you're at work, I feel bad for you. And the amount of phone calls and text messages and, Mom, where's this? Dad, can I have pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? You come home, yes. There's just like empty cartons of ice cream all over the place, chip bags left in stuck socks in the couch and all over. I mean, believe me, I've been there.
Craft paint on the couch,
yeah.
Legos on the floor, yeah.
All over the place.
Your boys have got some sick Legos, by the way.
Yeah.
With they've got like the World War II Legos that I didn't even know existed.
So those are not the Legos; those are like the knockoff Legos. But yeah,
the fake Legos. But they're compatible with Legos.
Yeah, they found those, and so back in my day, the fake Legos they were so bad.
Right
now, they're like indistinguishable.
Like I went to Dollar Tree the other day, and they have like
they're pretty good.
Oh, dude! Like Dollar Tree has their own version of like compatible with Lego, but like they've got no rules. So like they had like bendy like plates like for like bracelets and stuff, and like it was really neat. But yeah, shout out to Knockoff Lego for being good, actually.
Well, for the rest of us who didn't get to go on a spring break vacation and are pretending to work all week, I'm here for you. I feel for you.
We'll celebrate spring break together, you know?
Well,
we'll have some spring break fun.
It brings me back to, and when we come back from the first break, I'm going to tell my spring break story.
Oh, okay.
It brings me back to let's tell some stories maybe that we probably shouldn't have. Listen, the statute of limitations is probably up on at least half of these stories. So let's tell some stories. Now, I was not a spring breaker in college, but I have an adult spring break version of a story that is absolutely insanity. And it's tremendous. So I'm going to tell it when we come back. If you've got a spring break story, feel free to either hit us up on the text line or call in. You can call into the show. I know people don't like to do this. And you don't have to name names or anything, but you can call in, 931-967-3500, and you can tell your spring break story on air. Or you can text us secretively so we don't know who you are, 931-305-5611. If you've got kids going on spring break, though, hopefully you've had the conversation with them about being safe and not doing too many stupid things. Chewy, did you see the kid that fell off the Jeep and got killed in Texas?
No.
Okay, so there was a kid riding down the road on top of a Jeep, like twerking on the hood of a Jeep.
On the hood
of a Jeep during spring break. He climbed up out of like the top of the Jeep and started twerking on it. His buddy was driving the Jeep. I think obviously alcohol had been involved. And buddy got in an accident and the kid flew off the hood. They were only going like 15, 20 miles an hour, not even, probably 10 miles an hour. But he rear-ended the car in front of him, and the buddy goes flying off and hits his head on the ground, and it kills him.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just like they were in heavy traffic, so they weren't going very fast. Kills him.
Golly.
So, yeah.
Well, have a safe spring break.
Yeah, don't do that. Anyway, it is a Mayhem Monday. And we've got a lot of things to get into today on the show, as well as last week. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but the Predators had Pride Night over at Bridgestone Arena up in Nashville. And that I have an opinion on that matter as well. So we'll get into all of that and more today on the show. But when we come back, I will tell you my spring break story. It is the starting lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Out with the cold, in with the comfort. Refresh your home with Hall Furniture in Winchester. From stylish living room sets to cozy recliners and dining pieces made for gathering, now's the perfect time to upgrade your space. Quality, comfort, and pieces you'll love coming home to. That's Hall Furniture. Visit them at 3131 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or browse anytime at hallfurniture.com. Hall Furniture. Make your home feel brand new.
You shouldn't have to choose between quality and price. And with Flagship Lawn Services, you get both, plus the Flagship Finish Guarantee. That means every job is done right, or they'll make it right. No shortcuts, no hassle. Just a yard that looks the way it should. From weekly mowing to full spring cleanups, they've got you covered. Call or text Flagship Lawn Services today at 239-849-4033 and get the best value for your yard this season.
Starting off our morning a little bit chilly, but then warming right up this afternoon to a bright, sunny high of 74 degrees. Got some light southwest winds coming in from 5 to 10 miles per hour with some gusts as high as 20 to keep you nice and cool on this warm, summer-like weather. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069 for all of your wonderful weather updates.
If you're competing with 3 other businesses in the same category, you're not advertising, you're fighting for attention. At ESPN Radio Winchester, our top partners don't outshout their competitors, they eliminate them through partnerships that offer category protection and exclusivity. Fewer competitors, stronger recall, better results. That's how local advertising is supposed to work. Learn how smart advertising creates a competitive advantage with ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
There was an outline for today's show, but it didn't survive the opening segment. Back to Joe and Chewy on the starting lineup right here on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Guess who's in the chat?
Who's in the chat?
We got Andrew, and then Dr. Dave jumped in.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Dave. All right, gentlemen. Or gentlemen singular.
Sure. Gentleman.
Gentleman.
I'm not. Am I gentle? I think I am.
You're giving off a very, very much Kris Kringle vibe this morning. Santa Claus, Chewy Claus.
I'm not mad at that. You know, I can be jolly, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the beard has taken on a Santa shape, and now you've got like the hair is all grown back. It's coming out the back. If we like spray painted it white, you could definitely get away with being Santa Claus.
We should do that for Christmas this
Yeah.
year. Like do a bad Santa type thing.
We're going to dress you up. You get to read all 978 letters from the school district this year. We did the letters to Santa from the kids this past year.
By the way, absolute blast.
They were tremendous.
That was so much fun.
I still have the stack of them. We could start reading them over again, and it'd probably take us till Christmas to get through them all. But I think this next year, it's just all of you. We put you in a Santa Claus suit, and you can just read them all.
I've got that Chewbacca Santa Claus hat. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's a possibility. So we'll see.
Santa Chewy in March.
But you've got an awesome story to tell everybody about.
So it is, yeah.
Spring.
It's spring break, and for a lot of folks, this week is going to be filled with anxiety if they've got older kids in college who have headed off on a trip. I was never a spring breaker when I was in college, and even after. I don't like traveling during the designated breaks as an adult because I like to try and avoid those type of situations. But sometimes they're unavoidable, right, Chewy? Especially because what you run into, inevitably, is spring break is not a designated week for everybody. It's different depending on if you're from New York. Heck, it's different if you're from Coffee County, Tullahoma schools, or Franklin County. There's multiple weeks in a row that there's some sort of spring breakage going on. And so a while back, I'll say, let's see, it was probably 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years, I don't know, somewhere. I had an opportunity to go out of town. Just so happened to be in the spring. Mm-hmm. And I decided that we were going to go visit some family down in Fort Myers, Florida. This was prior to the hurricane coming through there and just like wiping Sanibel off the map and all the things. I've got some family down there. I was going to go visit the family. Kids were very young. We decided we were going to go through like Daytona. We were going to make a whole big thing of it. We're going to go through Daytona. We're going to see the racetrack. We're going to go down the eastern side of Florida. Then we're going to cut across. We're going to go to Fort Myers. We're going to go to, I think we went to Disney World even. Like a whole thing.
You hit everything.
Whole thing. It's like a 7 or 8 day trip. Now, at the peak of the trip, the pinnacle of the trip, we were going to hit Fort Myers Beach, and we were going to spend like 2 or 3 days on the beach, maybe even more. We're going to spend some time just relaxing on the beach. Get away, enjoy the waves and the sun. And so as I'm preparing for this trip, which I don't often do, I'm very much one of those type of people who I wake up one morning and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go. Let's just pack a bag and let's just go. Which, if you're like that, let me know in the chat. Am I weird because I'm one of those people who just randomly and I don't like to have a plan. I like to figure it out. We'll figure it out. But in this case, you know, you've got young children. You want to make sure that you've got a plan, place for them all to stay. And so I jump on the intranet prior to, and I'm looking at Fort Myers. And we had lived down there when I was in high school. And I remember there being a hotel that was right off of Fort Myers Beach. And it was, you go up over the bridge down to Fort Myers Beach, and it was right there on the water, perfect location, right in the center of the strip. And it was called the Lani Kai. Now, anybody who is familiar with Fort Myers Beach probably knows what the Lani Kai, about the Lani Kai. Now, me, when we lived there, I was 13, 14 years old. At this point in time, it was I was 27, 28, 29 years old, something like that. Maybe even 30. I don't know. So it had been some time, 10, 15 years. I couldn't remember. I just remember the Lani Kai was right there. So I'm looking, and the prices at this hotel are just tremendous. I mean, way lower than everywhere else by a good 30, 40%. This is the place, I think, for us. We got a big family. We're not really worried about it being super nice. Heck, we're just going to be using it for sleeping. We're going to be out on the beach. We're going to be having fun. So I book it. Just book it. And I'm super excited. Right on the water. So we go about our trip. Spend a couple of days on the road, seeing the sights. And finally, we reach the point where we're headed down to Fort Myers Beach for the pinnacle of the vacation. And I should have known. The first sign to me that there was going to be a problem should have been as we're coming up over the bridge. There was a motorcycle in front of us. And the guy riding a motorcycle had no shirt on. just a baggy pair of jeans and like J's. And his helmet was a Clifford, the big red dog style. Like, it looked like Clifford's head.
Like a mascot head almost.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was his helmet. Was just a big... It was a helmet, but it was covered in... It had ears, floppy red ears, and it looked like a dog's head. Mm. And at that point in time, I should have kind of suspected.
Put the pieces together.
Yeah, I should have started.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So we come up over the bridge. It takes us forever to get across the bridge. The traffic is so bad. But I'm thinking to myself, you know what? See, this is me. I'm a smart guy. Parked us. I knew right on a beach. We're not going to have to worry about this traffic. We're already right there. We're not going to have to worry about a parking spot. We just walk out our door and we're at the beach. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling good about it. And we pull up to the back of the Lani Kai. Now, in these days, I don't know what it looks like now after the hurricane. Heck, I don't even know if it's still there. I'm pretty sure it still is. But in these days, the Lani Kai was painted like aqua color, and there was fish painted all over it. Not your traditional hotel, right? Sure. Not a whitewashed corporate style hotel. The whole thing looked like something that would be at a I don't know,
like in the back of Las Vegas, like
Yes.
one of those like that clown hotel where you're like, what is this? It's got like it's got the big cracks on the side of the building.
What are the
kinda
places
thing.
where they keep the fish? Where you go and look at the
Aquarium.
Fish? It looked like a really bad aquarium.
Oh no.
It was painted. It looked like a ghetto aquarium.
Okay.
It was painted all these crazy fish all over the place. Probably not anatomically correct, I'm sure. But the kids loved it. They thought it was great.
Sure. Yeah.
My 4 and 5-year-old are in the back. That's so cool. So I pull up to the back door, and it's just chaos is everywhere. And I tell the wife, grab the stuff, grab the kids. You go check in. I'll take the pillows and the things. I'll go park, and then I will bring the suitcases. So they go, and they're going to check in. So they get the key. I get the car parked. I get the car parked, and as I'm getting out of the car, I hear sirens screaming. They come flying up over the bridge. I look over and, ooh, that's not good. I'm grabbing the suitcases. The sirens continue screaming. Now there's more sirens. Sirens all over the place. They pull right up to the back of the Lani Kai. This is now sign number 3.
Uh-huh.
You got the dog head with the motorcycle. You got the building being painted like I don't even know.
A ghetto aquarium.
Ghetto aquarium. And now you got the sirens that they pull right up to the back of there's an ambulance. There's a police cars, 15 police cars. I mean, just like a whole mess of things.
So when you're in this moment, though, does your mind immediately go, well, that's my family? Does it do that? Or were you like, well, that's weird?
No, yeah, it happened so quickly that I knew it was prior to us arriving, whatever it was.
Okay.
So I get the stuff, and I walk across, there's people everywhere. And I'm immediately picking up a vibe that I'm a little aged out of this group of people floating around.
So the median age around where you are is probably like between 18 and 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. 24 would be on the higher end of that scale. So I get to the hotel, and I take the elevator to the upstairs, and I find the family. People everywhere. Just people everywhere. And I say to my wife, I said, did you see the ambulance? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Had no clue. Okay, kids, let's go find the room. We walk down the hall, around the corner, to the room. Get to the room. We open up the door, and immediately we are hit with the smell of just dank skunk weed.
Ooh.
Just like if it was right there. Like you walked right in on it.
Dang.
And I knew what it was.
Yeah, the kids, though, is
Kids
what I
are
want
like,
to know.
oh, what's that smell?
And you can't be like, well.
Goodness gracious. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? We open up and I got to say, the view was tremendous.
Immaculate. So the view is, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Cool.
So I immediately walk across the room, because I'm going to air this thing out. Walk across the room, slide open the door to the porch, and I figure out where the smell is coming from, because the people on the porch next to us are just absolutely going to town.
Just token. Oh, like
Just
middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so now we can't even enjoy the porch. Can't get the smell out. The smell is now getting worse because the window's open.
So you just hotboxing your whole family.
Yeah. So we turn on the TV, and I go in the other room, and I'm talking to the wife, and I'm saying, I don't know if we can stay here. This is really bad. And I had already picked up on the fact that this was the wrong hotel for us.
Sure. At this point, reality is set in.
I have identified the fact that this is like spring break central.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Not necessarily family fun central.
Now, I'm going to circle back around to the situation with the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
We decide that we are going to take, and the conversation that happens between the wife and I is, well, what do we do? I'm like, we just got to go up to the desk and explain to them that we did not realize the gravity of the situation, literally, before we got here. And that our children, and we need to take the kids up there with us because once they see the kids, they'll understand.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. I don't want cancellation fees and this, that, and the other and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I'm sure that this has happened before. So we get the kids, we get the suitcases. The kids got all their backpacks and their pillows and their Peppa Pig and all the things. And we go walking back down the hallway. We pass the door of the folks who are just completely getting blasted out of their minds right next door to us. And then the second door over, they are taking furniture out of the room, which is weird.
Yeah.
And as we are walking by, there is all over the floor from the room to the outside into this is like an outdoor hallway, blood everywhere. Dark red blood. We determined that this was where maybe this whole situation occurred. And granted, we had only been in the room discussing our options for maybe 10 minutes. And they were already, whoever's blood that was had already been removed.
Everything, yeah. So
Ambulance was already leaving.
Getting the furniture out of there.
Police cars. Crime scene? What crime? What scene?
Exactly. Making some core memories here.
The bleach was already flowing. My daughter, we walk by. I'll never forget. My daughter, who I'm holding her hand and we're walking straight to the front door, just eyes straight ahead, walking past. She turns to me, she goes, "Daddy, was that blood?" No, Juliana, that was a popsicle. Somebody
really
dropped their popsicle.
Did you really say that?
That was just a popsicle. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
they're literally taking furniture out of the room and replacing it because this is spring break headquarters and we need to get somebody else back in that room ASAP. So we get to the front. And you can tell. I mean, I felt bad for the woman who was running the show there. We get to the front, and she sees us and immediately knows.
Yeah.
And I explained to her that we did not realize and she's like, no, it happens all the time. I completely understand. We're going to set you up, blah, 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 Sanibel Island. They'll give you a really good deal. So we got like this discount on a different hotel across the way. Ended up being exactly what we were looking for.
Oh, good.
We went from being the oldest people at the hotel on Fort Myers Beach, the Lani Kai. We're probably the oldest there by 10 or 12 years to the youngest there at the one on Sanibel by probably 30 years. You know, we had to worry about our kids being too loud for grandma and grandpa in the next room over. So anyway, that aspect of it worked out. But while we're standing in line waiting, a fellow, I got the feeling he was like a maintenance man, comes up to me, and he sidles up next to me. He says, spring break. Like all up in his memories. I'm like, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah. Brings back, he literally said, brings back some good memories of this place. I said, really? I lost my virginity up on the roof about 40 years ago.
Why would you share that with the stranger?
Complete stranger.
Why would you say it? It's like, why would you share that information?
All right. She's like, so here's where you're going to want to go. Here's your phone number. Have a nice day. And we got the heck out of there.
Yeah. Got out there, and you didn't get anything else on the way out. So no tetanus or anything else like that. So I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You didn't. Hey, at least you dodged the roof. That was the important part.
I was worried. The proximity of some of the things, I was worried that I was going to need like a shot after being at that place. But that's my spring break story.
Where the whole floor is just sticky, for it's like a movie theater floor, and you're like, you know what I mean?
That's
where no one's mopped,
Yeah, basically that's how it felt.
Oh,
I booked a family vacation at spring break headquarters, the Lonnie Kai, Fort Myers Beach.
Christopher Lambert, he says, I hope they were at least neighborly and didn't offend you, and offered you to hit their substances on the neighboring porch.
Yeah, I stuck my head around the corner.
Just like, hey.
And they were, I was like, what is going on? I stuck my head around the corner, and they're like, hey!
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, guys!
It's like, we're totally on a different, It's like we aren't even going to meet each other at this wavelength.
No, they were so far gone, and I was not.
Would have killed
Not with
me,
the
though.
kids.
Would have killed me though if you went to that
Having
other
any-
hotel and the same thing happened, just with old people.
Oh, gosh.
that would have been fun.
That would have been the icing on the cake. So, yeah.
But it ended up you had a good vacation. Everything worked out at the end.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to I should do some research and figure out what happened to the person that whatever something happened to. I mean it looked like a stabbing.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
if we ever do the Florida Man games, we need to stay at the Lonnie Kai.
that
Just
is
as a dare.
yeah.
I would be at home, but
No. I go back to I'm pretty sure you need to get shots.
you're not laying on those beds, dog. Do
No.
you have any rubber mats?
It was the only time I think in my life that I've really been scared for the situation that I put my own kids in.
I get you. Yeah. That makes sense.
Like we're walking down the hall and something had just happened and I'm holding my 5-year-old's hand walking past it, like having to make sure she doesn't step in it.
You got that death grip on their little hand, Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
so spring break.
If anybody else has any
Yay.
other, I'm curious. What are some of your craziest spring break stories? I want to know in the chat here.
Well, and it could just be like best trip, worst trip, most chaotic moment.
Yeah.
Mine was more of a moment. The trip was fine. The moment was very interesting.
Yeah.
Makes for a great memory, though. Great
Yeah,
story.
Good story.
Anyway, let's get a break in here. When we come back, we'll go out to Poultry, Electric, and Pro Hardware. It is the starting lineup. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
Every child deserves a safe place to grow. When substance misuse enters a home, children can face neglect and lasting trauma. The Drug Endangered Children's Initiative in Franklin County brings together schools, first responders, and community partners to identify risks early and protect our most vulnerable. It's not about blame, it's about protection. And when we stand up for our children, we are stronger together. Learn more at fcpctn.org/DEC. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at fmotn.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
Busy day? No time to feel sick? At Complete Express Care in Winchester, we know life moves fast. And so do we. With short wait times, skilled providers, and walk-in convenience, we make getting quality care easy. Whether it's the flu, a sprain, or a last-minute physical, we're here to help you get back to what matters most. Locally trusted, open daily, and ready to care for you. Complete Express Care, right here at 1211 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester. Call 931-967-6669 today to learn more.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Winchester celebrated its musical heritage Thursday with the unveiling of a Tennessee Music Pathways marker honoring entertainment legend Dinah Shore. The ceremony took place at noon on the Winchester Square and featured remarks from Mayor Sean Crabtree, Ashley DeRosette of the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, and Alex Heim, Dinah Shore's grandson. Community members gathered to recognize Shore's legacy as one of the most influential entertainers of her era. Born Frances Fannie Shore in Winchester, she rose to national fame as a pop singer and television pioneer. Mayor Crabtree reflected on the moment, saying markers like this remind residents that history is found in the people and places that define a hometown. The Tennessee Music Pathways program, launched in 2018, connects visitors to significant landmarks across all 95 counties and highlights the state's diverse musical heritage. On the field, the Franklin County Rebelettes delivered a statement win Thursday night, powering past Giles County 14-7 at home. After briefly falling behind in the second inning, following a defensive miscue, the Rebelettes responded immediately. Freshman Leah Hardison delivered the turning point, a grand slam that flipped the game and gave Franklin County a lead it would not surrender. The offense was relentless, finishing with 17 hits. Hardison drove in 7 runs, while Addison Parton and Bella Smith each collected 3 hits. Caitlin Montgomery and Courtney Hallenbach-Wilhoit added multiple hits, showcasing the depth of a lineup that continues to mature. Delana Marshall provided a steady outing in the circle before Victoria Nelson came in on relief, striking out 3 to close the door. With the win, Franklin County improves to 8-9 overall and 3-1 in district play, moving into first place in the standings. For more local news and sports coverage, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is Dale from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham. He is Chewy. And it is spring break, even though we're not on a break.
But we still celebrate,
Yeah. I got my sunglasses on. I got my Spinosaurus in studio with me.
Lambo jumped in saying that he can't tell his spring break experiences over the radio. As a college athlete and Marine, I've seen some things, he says. He says he's enjoying listening to the show this morning. Thank you for that, Lambo. And he finished loading up his last loads to take to the new house. Hey, congratulations, my friend.
Yeah.
And Alexander, he's got shout out to Ashley Alexander, Lynch Patterson, and Jackson for helping us sell and purchase our new home. Wow. Congratulations, guys.
He's had a lot of moving parts going on here of late. They got the Hoagie roller set up, which they took down to Alabama. I think they bought like an RV type of thing or a trailer to travel to these events and be able to set up. So he's had that project going on, I know. He's been moving. He's just had a whole lot of stuff.
All right. Well, I'm glad it's working out.
So we have been, the last few minutes, I told my spring break story, which is not really a story about me going and doing anything crazy on spring break. It was more like me being an adult with my kids and accidentally putting them in a situation where they were at spring break headquarters in Fort Myers, Florida. Went to the hotel and all the things that played out there. But what I really would love to hear is if anybody is willing to tell any kind of a story related to, jump in. Jump in on you could call in, 931-967-3500. You could text the show as well, 931-305-5611. Or you can jump in on the FMO Facebook feed. Let us know.
With the appropriate reason.
Yeah.
Let's censor
keep
it
clean.
Yeah.
But I bet there are some great stories out there. And if you don't tell us, tell your friends around town. Yeah, reminisce. Spend a day reminiscing. Have some good laughs about 18, 19, 20-year-old you. and the stupid stuff we used to be able to get away with back,
Before the dark times.
Yeah, in the good old days. Back before they turned CERN on in 2012. Changed the reality of things.
Dog. Man, I'm just telling you, dude. Like, I think it's either CERN or it was when Harambe was killed. I think it's punishment. We're getting retribution for what happened.
I don't know, but I'm fairly certain, the Mandela effect. I got to get off of the... There's this guy who does the... Have you seen the Y-Files guy?
No.
There's this guy who does the Y-Files, and it's like all of these conspiracy theory type of things. And the other day, I watched one, and he totally convinced me that we have never left our solar system. We have never gone to the moon. The Van Allen belt, we can't even get through it, and blah, 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 blah. And then this morning, I'm sitting on the toilet, and sure enough, another one comes up, and now I'm convinced that we've been to Mars before.
Okay.
Based on this guy. Because apparently there's pictures and videos and all these other things. I don't know. I don't even know what to believe anymore with these guys.
Okay.
What's real and what's not, Chew?
Math.
Is
Just trust math.
Is this all just a figment of my imagination?
Technically, to a degree, yes. Your perception of reality is sort of an illusion, and think about it like this. Your brain's processing information at a certain speed based off light wavelengths that hit your brain at a certain speed. So you're not living in the present either. You're actually living in the past.
Okay, so to your point about the light and the wavelengths and all the things, have you heard about the double slit theory?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's another thing that I came across today that said that the double slit theory is proof that we're living in a simulation because, and we've had this conversation before, but think about it from a computing standpoint perspective, the way that video games render the world around us, they only render what is being paid attention to, what's being used,
what's
right?
being perceived.
Right. Well, if we were in a simulation, it would make sense that the same thing would be going on. And the double slit theory is their proof of that. That basically when you turn the camera on to watch these particles, they change their behavior
Right.
versus when you turn the camera off to not.
So the double slit experiment is not the only experiment where this has been replicated also. This is something that's happened quite a bit in physics where noticing it actually changes the probability of its outcome.
Yeah.
And, you've got quantum entangled particles that sort of act like this too. And you've got also some particles that phase in and out of current existence, like quantum computing runs into this issue as well with quarks and that, like, neutrinos will fly by and knock a thing out of the way, and but here's what I'll say to this. Do not assume that we have any of the answers. These are all rough speculation based off of rough math and theoretical physics. You know what I mean? Concrete answers are not something that you're going to find. And simulation theory fits so well that it sets off alarm bells for me personally. That is too good of an answer. Obviously, we're missing something. That's just me, though. But let us know in the chat. Do you guys think?
Let us know in the chat what you guys think about quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement, dude. I wrote an entire alien based off of that one time. I called it a lumen core. It was a gravitationally bound anomaly. Anyway,
let's go out to Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware and see if they can help us with some quantum entanglement.
Lambo says the moon landing was fake. By the way, we'll see what Jeff says.
Totally. I don't know how we've made it through the Van Allen belt. I'm just saying. It's my whole thing. I bet that Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware could help us get through the Van Allen belt.
You got some Van Allen belt. Good morning.
Got some lead shielding for us to help us get through the Van Allen belt.
Good pick, Joe.
All right, let's go out to Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware this morning. Who we got? Miss
Christie.
Miss Christie on the line. Good morning, Miss Christie. How are you today?
I am great. How are you?
I am. I'm tremendous. I'm not on spring break. I'm here, and that's a good thing and a bad thing, I think. Yeah. Well, over there at Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware, folks who did not make the trip for spring break, and they're around town. This is one of those weeks where, if the house is a little bit quiet, maybe they can get some stuff done around the house. Maybe they can make some repairs and slap a coat of paint on the wall or something like that.
That would be such a good idea right before summer when you want to be outside all the time. You don't want to be in the house painting and things like that.
Exactly.
Now's a good time.
Well, one of the things that we like to talk about when we get you on the line is the appliance showroom in the back. And, you guys have added some new appliances, some new technology, and you've also got different manufacturers. But it's not just about the items that you've got back there as well. It's about the service that goes along with them. You have the ability to order things. You have the ability to turn orders around fairly quickly, and you have the ability to get them delivered out to folks, fairly quickly. But talk about that whole process and how that looks from beginning to end. If I was to walk in there today, say with a want or a need, and start the process, what would that process look like?
Well, we first start by asking you what you're looking for and what color you want, and if you have a specific brand. Then we will walk you through and show you every brand that we have in the color that you're wanting and tell you the different features of each one. If it's something that we don't have on our floor that you want, we will get it looked up for you, give you all the specs on it, let you see the picture of it, make sure it's exactly what you want, get it ordered. Sometimes we can have it in a few days. Sometimes it takes about a week or so, just depending on our warehouse and what they have in stock. We are really pretty fast about it. If we have it in stock, you usually can have it that day or the next day in your house, installed, ready to go.
And then
pretty quick.
From the manufacturers that you mentioned, one of the cool things is that you guys have both everything up from the high-end level to and like KitchenAid and Forno and some of that type of stuff to maybe you've got a rental property. And you just need something in there that kind of gets the job done, so to speak. But you guys have different levels.
We sure do. And we have most of our rental stuff we do have in stock because we sell it so quickly. As soon as it starts running low, we just get it right back in here and get going with it. So, yes, we do have it here. We have different colors. A lot of people are looking for stainless or black this time. All the construction, they're doing a lot of black, a lot of stainless. We still have your traditional white. I'm anxious to see what color they come out with next. I'm waiting for that gold that was like in the 70s.
Oh, jeez.
I think that'll probably make a comeback at some point. You never know. We're just watching to see.
Well, at one point in time, I thought that we were going to get a comeback of all of those, the colors, all the crazy colors. And there have been like mixers and other smaller household appliances that have gone that way, but I'm not seeing any red refrigerators or anything like that. Not yet, at least.
Not yet. I bet if we looked, we could get you one if you really wanted one bad. I bet we could do it. We saw some of that just looked like that. I guess you'd call it like a minty green.
Yeah.
We saw some of that at the show. So it's out there. We can get it for you.
Well, speaking of what you guys saw at the show, the technology on these things is changing as well. And talk a little bit about maybe some of the new features that you're seeing in some of these things.
One of the products that they showed us that we haven't got any on the floor yet, but your refrigerator had like a camera in it that pointed at the drawer that would have like your vegetables and stuff. So if you're in the store and you're like, man, I can't remember if I have green pepper and onion, you can like click into that and look in your refrigerator and see in that drawer if you have green pepper and onion. Your refrigerator can talk to your stove. You can go onto your stove and tell it what time to turn on and what to do to get it ready for when you get home. Or, if you're cooking something that takes many, many hours and you're gone, you can adjust the temperature on it while you're gone. But the talking of the appliances from one to the other is just more than my little brain can comprehend.
The only thing we're missing, and I'm sure that you guys will probably start selling them when they come out, is like those Tesla robots. So they'll be able.
We need a Rosie like on the Jets.
Right. That's the only thing that's missing. That's I
don't think it'll be too long before they'll figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just so much technology, way beyond any comprehension of mine, that I'm just blown away. Because we have washing machines now. We have had them in our store that you can hook your Wi-Fi to it from your phone.
Oh, wow.
And tell your washer what to do. Or it will tell you when it's done or whatever you need it to do. And the washer will talk to the dryer, so it'll know which kind of clothes you just took out of the washer to go in the dryer. It's amazing.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, so where can folks find you if they want to take a look at some of your appliances and the appliance showroom and see what you guys have to offer? How can they do that?
They can find us at 1991 Sharp Springs Road right here in Winchester. They can give us a call at 967-7351. They can check us out on the web at poultryprohardware.com. So come and check us out. We'll help you all we can.
All right, Miss Christie, thank you so much, and we hope that you have a tremendous day.
I hope you do too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That is Miss Christie at Poultry Electric and Pro Hardware, and the website. I think she misspoke when she said the website. I believe it's poultryelectric.com. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's what came up. All right, let's get a break in here. When we come back, we'll have hour number 2. We'll get it kicked off by going out to Heath Automotive, see what Steve is up to over there. His poor Crimson Tide got sent home as well over the weekend. But we'll check in on him. It is the starting lineup. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Season of renewal. And at High Point Health System, with Ascension St. Thomas, your health is always in season. From routine checkups to advanced care, their dedicated team is here to help you feel your best today and every day. Compassionate care backed by the strength of Ascension St. Thomas. This spring, take a moment for your health. Learn more or find a provider at highpointhealthsystem.com. High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas. Caring for you for every season of life.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday, presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Welcome back to your Rebel Report, where we ended the week with some big wins from many of our Franklin County teams and athletes.
It was a great week to be a Rebel, and we'll start with the Franklin County boys soccer team. The Rebels picked up 2 big district wins this week over Columbia and Warren County.
A solid week for the soccer team as they now head into some rest over spring break. They'll be back in action after the break when they host Lincoln County and look to continue their district win streak.
The Rebelette softball team also had a strong week, picking up 2 conference wins over Lawrence County and Giles County.
Spring break won't be slowing them down, though. The Rebelettes will have a busy coming up week as they hit the road to Cannon County on Monday and Marshall County on Tuesday.
Our Rebel baseball team joined in on the winning this week as well, contributing 2 more district wins as they swept Marshall County in their series.
The Rebels will be hosting a tournament this weekend and hope to start spring break with a few more solid performances on their home field.
In track and field news, our track team finished second this past weekend at Riverdale with several top finishes.
We especially want to recognize Brandon Walker for setting a new school record in the high jump with an incredible jump of 6 feet 6 inches.
We also want to congratulate the 4x4 relay team of Jaden Smith, Joshua Smith, Austin Heath, and Alex Demencio for setting a new school record with a time of 8 minutes and 39 seconds.
Congratulations to our new school record holders and to all of our Rebel athletes for a great week.
That's all for this week's Rebel Report. Have a great and safe spring break, Franklin County.
And as always, go Rebels.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose, which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklawnbaptistchurch.org.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, Southern Middle Tennessee's sports leader, serving Franklin County for over 75 years.
Choose More Courtland Funeral Home. Well, they're a 5th-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you. dedicated to providing personalized, professional, compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ESPN Radio Winchester, 1340-1069. We're going to jump into a call with Heath Automotive here this morning. Talking spring break, I am curious as to what are some of your great spring break stories? They don't even have to be funny or stupid or amazing or anything like that. Just genuinely interested in what did you guys like? What was a good memory for you for spring break, if you can have one? See if Heath. Good morning, Steve. You ready to be on the air? All right. All right, we got Steve on here from Heath Automotive. How are you this morning, Steve?
I'm doing good, Joe.
Well, this one's Chewy. Joe decided to.
Excuse me, Chewy.
No, you're all right,
man.
brother.
I just cast assertions at you. I apologize.
It is no problem, my friend. But most of Franklin County's on spring break this week, and got me thinking, there's going to be quite a few people traveling, even just to the airport in Nashville or maybe Atlanta or something like that. And, we talk about, getting your car checked, and you specifically have told us often, you guys are great at fixing things, but preventing things you're even better at. So would you say it's probably a great idea to have that car looked at before any major vacation moves or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Peace of mind is an aspect of that too. You want to leave with some confidence that you're not pulling out of the driveway, hitting the road and going, I don't even know what shape these tires are in. And, I don't know if I should have had the oil changed and checked the fluids, and gee, I hope the battery's up to date. I don't know. We can take a lot of that uncertainty out of it for you, and try to make your trip a little more enjoyable that way. And of course, the main thing is being safe and dependable out there on the road.
Right. And, it does seem like every time, you go on vacation or something, it's always these kinds of issues where it's like, you're halfway there and then your tire pops off or something like this. And it sounds like it's a great time of the year to even get that checked anyway. It's the springtime, summer's about to roll around. You guys got any, specials or rebates or anything like that as well?
Chewy, we were just looking at our website this morning because we'd gotten a notification on a new promotion, and there's just rebate promotion after rebate promotion on there. Anything from $40 to $160 and everything in between.
Wow.
And there's multiple. So our website is heathautomotivetire.com. You can pull that up. And they are hand-cooked necks. And the one we were looking at was today necks, and they had $60, $80, and $100 rebates from Nexon Tire. and all different types of tires there, your passenger, your performance, your light truck, your SUV, your CUVs. So that's just one of many. But Michelin right now, BF Goodrich, General, Firestone, Goodyear, Bridgestone, and there's a bunch more. So just about, this is tire buying season, and you really have got your choice to, and you go, well, gee, I don't know what's best for me. That's a big thing when buying tires. We're not all tire experts. It can be kind of daunting, and we'll take the hassle out of it for you. Come in, we'll find out, what kind of vehicle, how you use it. Do you need an all-season mileage tire? Do you need a more economy tire? Do you need something that's an all-terrain? Do you need something that's a rugged terrain for your four-wheel drive? Do you want a mud terrain? And we will help you with that and keep it from being a hassle, and make some recommendations if you'd like for us to. We'll give you quotes on that, and we'll try to make your next set of tires as painless as possible and a happy experience.
Well, that sounds great. So I am on heathautomotivetire.com right now, and I'm looking at it, and the first thing that even pops up is that you can search for tires by vehicle, the tire size, and even your license plate. And then over here in the side tab, wonderful mobile site too, by the way, just saying, the rebates.
It's built for mobile. Yeah, it is built for mobile.
It's incredible how responsive and quick it is. So great job on the website here. And like you said, I'm looking at the rebates. I have to scroll 3 or 4 times before I can even get to the bottom. So it looks like now is probably one of the best times of the year to jump in, get yourself a new set of tires, get yourself some relief from that aspect as well, especially with the whole spring break happening. And sounds like it's a good time to get out there to Heath Automotive.
Well, we would love to help. That's what we're here for, answer your questions, get you in the right tire, help with your repair issues, your maintenance issues. Everybody's very focused on, they've got that investment in a car, they've got a lot of money in it. They don't want to turn around and be going back and having to replace it anytime soon, most of us. So they want to make it last, and that's what we're here to help you with on that. So all your fluid changes, updates and suspension, correcting steering problems, alignment. We specialize in alignment. And then, of course, we had the customer that's never been here before last week and came in, and we true tires. He didn't know anybody could still do that, but we can true tires. And we took care of a ride issue with him. He had a terrible ride with his vehicle. It had been good before, and his tires had gotten where they weren't good. So he had them balanced elsewhere. They had not been able to solve his problem. And so we trued the tires and then Road Force balanced them. And we got a nice 5-star Google review from him this morning thanking us for the job we did. So,
well, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that.
We do a lot, so don't hesitate to come see us.
All right. Well, if somebody wanted to get smart and jump ahead on their vehicle maintenance this morning, where are you guys located and how can they get a hold of you?
We're in Winchester at 501 First Avenue Southwest. That's 4 blocks off the square, right at the split. And give us a call at 967-3880. And again, the website is heathautomotivetire.com. And we're going to give Mason most of the credit for getting this thing set up. He's been working with them for several months now, making the change on the website. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your call this morning, and we will talk to you again on Friday, my friend.
You have a great Monday.
You too. That is Heath at Heath Automotive, heathautomotivetire.com. Good morning, Joe Abraham. Glad to have you back.
Good morning. Thank you for handling that while I was handling something else. All right, so wow. Chewy, I don't know if you had a chance to see over the weekend. I came across a video of I don't know if it was a police officer or a resource officer or what, but it was a video that bothered me where there's a kid after a high school baseball game and a police officer or a resource officer has a kid in like a chokehold from behind.
Hey.
Did you see that video?
No, I did not.
So the video starts, and the officers got this kid in like a chokehold. Now, there's another guy somewhere in the video who's like already in handcuffs. And we don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know what led up to it. I do know that they're like investigating the officer. But man, it was disturbing from a parent's perspective, because here's the thing. He's a kid. Now, is he 16, 17, 18? He's a bigger kid. I don't know how old he is. But I believe that there's like a certain way that you handle these types of situations. And he's got this kid in a chokehold from behind, and the parents are like, what are trying to calm the officer down? Like, what are you doing here? And why are you behaving like this? And the kid, he's pulling the kid backward, and the officer has a taser in his right hand, and the kid is being chokehold with the left hand. And the kid's got his hands up in the air, like, you know, he's not doing anything. And as he's pulling the kid back, the kid in the cleats steps on the officer because he's not really in control of his own balance. And the officer responds by hitting the kid in the head with the taser. Ooh. Like taking the butt of it and whacking him in the head. You know, again, I'm all for like making sure, if you're the officer, making sure that you're safe and that you're protected and all the things. But there is a right way and a wrong way to handle situations like this. And just from seeing the aggressive nature of the officer in this video and how the parents are trying to cooperate, they're trying to talk with him reasonably and kind of de-escalate the situation. And the officer is going the other way. The officer is on such high alert that he is scaring everybody else because he's the only one armed. He's the only one that is, and we're not talking about a riot here. We're not talking about a dangerous suspect or anything like that. We're talking about a kid at a baseball game, right? So I saw that video. I'm wondering if anybody else got a chance to see it and if anybody's got any more information on it. But to me, you know, in trying to understand the moment, unless the kid has beaten somebody with a baseball bat, which if I'm to understand from what I heard and what I saw in the video, it was somebody walked by and said something to him, and the kid said something back, and the officer perceived that maybe the kid said it at him or something. But he was acting as if the kid had just assaulted somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, like the kid was a physical danger or something. But it's a scary situation. What it got me thinking too is, you know, if I'm a parent and there's an officer who has, I feel like, unrightfully detained my kid, what's the best course? Because every fiber in my being wanted somebody in the situation, there's multiple parents in the situation, to like take the cop out.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is ridiculous. The way that this guy is treating a kid. But then what they do is they tell the kid, you know, just do what he says, sit down. Like they're trying to calm the kid down, and it does. It de-escalates the situation. But, man, there's a time, like right after he hit the kid in the head and the kid's not doing anything, where I'm like, what the crap, dude?
Well, I mean, and the sad part is nothing will happen. He'll get reprimanded, get some office, and then nothing else will ever change. This is going to continue to.
Right.
So.
Well, and it's a sad situation for the kid. It's a sad situation for the school. You know, in that kind of situation, again, I don't know what was happening prior, but the situation was shocking for everybody involved, except for the officer.
Yeah.
Who had the taser in hand and was acting very aggressively. And I do want to be clear, because we have Sammy D on all the time, and we back law enforcement. They've got one of the hardest jobs in the country, for sure. But backing law enforcement doesn't mean blindly defending every action that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you expect things like professionalism and discipline and other things like that. Understanding you're not just enforcing rules, you're setting an example. And if this stemmed from a kid saying something, which he, in the United States of America, has a right to do, man, it was just hard to watch as a parent. I just got to thinking, what if that was my kid? Would I be able to stand by and watch somebody manhandle him like that from behind, hurt him like that, and not be able to do anything about it?
Well, you can't. And then I guarantee you, I'm sure the family will sue or whatever, but he'll get away with it, and then it'll continue. And
well, because if you take the badge off the guy,
he's going to do it anyway.
Well, if you take the badge off the guy and it's just some dude,
yeah,
right? You wouldn't put up with it then. That type of behavior would be unacceptable. But because we give him a badge and a gun and a taser and stuff like that, can he get away with whatever he wants? I mean, you go to the ball game to watch your kid play ball, and it turns into him getting assaulted by a police officer.
What was that Childish Gambino song? This Is America. So
right.
There you go.
I don't know. Again, and it's just a unique situation. It's not like this is something, I'm sure it happens. There are officers who take the power and it goes too far, it goes to their head or whatever the case. But man, I go back to, I was watching that situation unfold, and it seemed like the only person who was out of control in it was the officer.
Yep.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Landon jumped in this morning.
Good morning, Landon. What is Landon doing? What do teachers do on spring break? Because the question comes up, you can't go on spring. What if you run into your students?
Oh yeah, that would be awkward,
right?
I used to think it was weird to run into your teachers at the grocery store. You're like, hold on, you're not even supposed to be in this. They're not dressed, they're just in their pajamas or something.
I'll run into people around town, and they're out of place.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing them in their place, and I'll run into somebody. I'm like, I know this person. How do I know this person? Why do I know this person? And I can't place them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder what teachers do on spring break.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I bet. Well, probably a lot of them still just work. If I'm honest, just depending on the teacher. Who knows?
Get caught up on grading.
Grading, curriculum, half of them are still in school, who knows?
No.
It's a hard job. I've got a friend who's a teacher for little kids, and I am shocked at I don't know, how she just sort of yeah, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? But she loves it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of chaos for me would just be, that'd be way too much. So.
Gives you anxiety just thinking about it.
I cannot even think about it. But shout out to all the teachers and school faculty. Hope you have a good spring break.
All right.
He says he just woke up.
Good for him.
So he's going to play some video games, and that's it. I like it.
When we come back, there was speaking of situations, there's a situation that came up last week that I got to talk about. I have an opinion on, and you may not like it. I don't know. I don't really care. But I've got to talk about it. I thought about talking about it Friday. I wasn't really prepared to talk about it. I'm ready now. We'll do that next. It is the starting lineup fueled by Loco Coffee. I'm going to need another cup. It's Monday. It's 2-Cup Monday. That's what it is. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
Hey folks, I'm Johnny Hand from WCDT, the home for Franklin County Athletics. From Friday night football to every big game in between, we're proud to bring you all the action that keeps our community cheering. Want to be part of that excitement? We'd love to talk with you about advertising and other great opportunities to support our local athletes. So give us a call today at 931-967-2201 or stop by the station at 1201 South College Street right here in Winchester. WCDT Winchester. We are Franklin County.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Bennett's Pharmacy.
Starting off our morning a little bit chilly, but then warming right up this afternoon to a bright, sunny high of 74 degrees. Got some light southwest winds coming in from 5 to 10 miles per hour with some gusts as high as 20 to keep you nice and cool on this warm summer-like weather. Stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester 1340-1069 for all of your wonderful weather updates.
At Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester, we're more than a pharmacy. We're your partner in health. Conveniently located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, we're here to serve you with fast, friendly, and personalized service. Need prescriptions filled? Looking for over-the-counter products? We've got you covered. Plus, enjoy local delivery and expert advice from our caring team. Call us today at 931-967-2777 or stop by Bennett's Pharmacy at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard today.
Well, that was an interesting last segment. Let's try that again. Back to Joe Abraham and Chewy. This is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio Winchester.
I wonder if there's like a call sheet on which one of you or I is going to die. If somebody's.
We need to make that.
If Lambo hasn't already created that, can we do this, guys? Because I think that this would be a good way to support our families from kind of like a life insurance policy.
Sure.
If we put betting odds on Chewy or I, which one's going to die first, then when it pays off,
I am curious. I want to I don't want to hurt my own feelings, but I'm like, what would be the over under on that? You know?
Yeah. Well,
we would die from the same thing, but for different reasons.
Yeah, you're like one of those guys though who's so unhealthy that it would be ironic because you're gonna live till like 80.
I'll turn into like a roach and I won't die till I'm like 94.
Right, and me, I'll have like a heart attack in 2 weeks or
Yeah.
something. It'll be something stupid because of all of the pre-workout. But I don't know. It's I would say timeline. I'm 37. What if we died on like the same day?
I was about to
from
say we
different
might
things?
die very close. To be honest with you, yeah.
That'd be bad.
That would be it'd be great for content, but other than that,
Yeah, interesting YouTube short.
Chewy and Joe die on air.
I die. I conk out from a heart attack, and it sends you into a heart attack.
I start laughing.
Now what am I gonna?
I start laughing so hard that I laugh myself into a heart attack, and just roll over and die.
Laughing, he says.
Yeah,
laughing. All right, so I got to talk about something this morning, I want to start by being very clear on where I stand on it up front. So this is not to I don't want to come across as like I'm hating on anybody or I'm targeting anybody or anything like that. This conversation is about time and place, Chewy.
Sound like Bill Burr.
Time and place. I keep seeing this more and more in sports, and we saw it again last week. And I keep asking myself every time I see it, in what way does this have anything to do with sports, with the game? And in what way does this need to be a part of the game? When I grew up, when I was growing up, sports seemed a lot simpler to me, right? You go to the game, you cheer for your team. If it's a baseball game, you bring your glove and you're trying to catch a foul ball. If it's a hockey game, you want to see the team score a goal because there's this thing on the wall that used to go up the wall when they would score. It was like a rocket ship, and like it was like simple things that you cared about, you know. You hope, well, maybe Dad will buy me a hat, or I'll get some. Can I get some cotton candy? These were the things that you cheered for in your youth when you was a kid in your youth. And, you know, then you want to bring your own kids, and you want to share these memories for them. You want to spend a few hours getting away from everything else in the world. All the other things in the world that create the stress and the anxiety. And that, to me, is still what makes sports, athletics special, is it's drama without the politics of drama. It's drama created by the game. Period.
It's a skill-based drama.
Right. It doesn't have to be about, and this is what pisses me off about Stephen A. Smith and some of these other guys. You got guys all morning this morning. You've got Angry Black Man going on air complaining about the Rooney Rule thing, which is a whole different conversation than what I'm about to get into. But you've got people complaining about the Rooney Rule thing and making it about politics and making it about something that has nothing to do with the play on the field. And to me, that's what made sports special when I was young, was it was about the game, it was about the athletes. Now it feels like everything that we do athletically at a professional level or even the college level, because of the power of marketing and because of the amount of attention that these sporting events get, it has to come with a message. It has to come with a campaign. It has to come with a statement. Sports have sold out.
They've been hijacked by message.
Yeah, they've sold out to the highest bidder. And here's where I land on this whole thing. I go back to, there is a time and a place for these types of things. There are places to have conversation. There are places to express beliefs. There are places to stand for what you believe in. But in my opinion, whether it be a professional football game or, in this case, an NHL hockey game, that's not the time or the place. And even worse, it's one thing if it's organized by a group of individuals who just want to make it their time or place. It's one thing if you just decide, separate of the team or the league, you know, hey, our group is putting together a thing. We're all going to go to this time and this place. We're going to go to this game to either make a statement or enjoy it or have something of our own. We're going to take ownership over this. But when you have the league or the actual team start putting messaging out in that space, you're not just talking at and to the adults. You're talking to families. You're talking to kids. And not all parents believe the same thing. And that's okay. Not all humans believe the same things. That's one of the great things about America, is that we're all different. We can all believe different things. And in what used to be a neutral environment, I didn't care what your politics were. If you were a Predators fan and I'm a Predators fan and we're sitting next to each other at a game, it doesn't matter if you voted for Trump or if you voted for Biden. It doesn't. None of that stuff matters. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, black, white, yellow. It doesn't. None of that stuff matters. because you bleed predator gold, you know? And what used to be a neutral environment isn't neutral in a situation like what happened last Thursday when they had Pride Night out at the Predator game, where they created all of this imaging and different uniforms and all of this stuff to promote a message, a political message, a personal message. When you introduce that type of messaging into sports, you're making a choice for everybody in that building who may not be there for that reason. What if there are kids or parents or just whoever, that's the first game, the only game that they've ever had a chance to go to, and they want to enjoy the Nashville Predator experience. And instead, you've decided what gets promoted. You've decided what gets highlighted. You're deciding what every fan, including these kids, are exposed to. And as a parent myself, that's not something that I want to feel forced in. That's not a conversation I want to feel forced into having on your timeline. And you can twist it whatever way you want. You can say, well, you don't have to go to that game. Or you can say that I'm being critical. I'm not saying this isn't about how people live their life or want to live their life. That's their right. They absolutely can. But it's also fair for people to say, especially parents to say, I just want to take my kid to a game, or I just want to watch the game on TV. No messaging, no agenda, no conversation that needs to... Just a game. And the bigger issue is that we've spent years in this country being told that certain things don't belong in certain spaces. We don't want politics in certain spaces. We don't want religion in certain spaces. We've drawn these lines. So why is sports now becoming the exception for certain things? Why is it okay for some messages but not others? Because once you open that door up, once you start going down that road, you don't get to control what comes through. Right? Fair is fair. Who's to say that one message is about love and another's about hate? Who's to say that? Because there are people, Canada's right now in a situation where they are defining Christian rhetoric as hate speech. They're literally coming up with laws and rules, or removing laws and rules that protect certain things like that, and are labeling certain things as hate speech. Who is to say that one position is about love and the other is about hate? Who makes that ruling? It's now the NHL get to make that decision on what they get to include and what they don't? Why are we opening that door? I think that I'm just frustrated because what used to be simple isn't simple anymore. You know, it goes back to, I love sports for the purity of sports. A lot of people, especially in the Southeast, the reason why college sports were loved more than, like, college football is more passionate down here than the NFL, is because the purity, the simplicity of it. That's gone. Now with all the NIL stuff, it's minor league sports. Heck, half of these kids are getting paid more than they're going to make in the NFL or at the next level. But on top of that, now we've got a situation where it was once a place where we could all sit together Didn't matter what we believed or any of that stuff, and we could just enjoy the game.
Bill Burr had a similar thing when they were doing the breast cancer awareness thing. And
Right.
They would basically stop the game to tell you about how awful it is and this kind of thing. And obviously it's not the exact same, but it's sort of similar in the you suspend what the reason was the reason we all got together for to give a message. But I'll even go a little bit further to the point to where it bothers me more that they would use things like this as an advertising platform. Do you know what I mean? Because we're in advertising and we understand, your advertising is just telling a story, okay? And what are they telling the story with? They're trying to tell the story that we're inclusive, we're for everybody, we support X, we support Y, we support Z. But it's like there's a disingenuous nature to that,
right?
Inherently,
Yeah. You've said that before, and that a sports organization and some of these things, it's like virtue signaling, where
it sickens me.
Yeah.
It's like because you don't, number one, they're not one person, so you're not representing a thoughtful body of people. Half of the players on there, I guarantee you, were probably just as confused as everybody else about why or everything was going on. Because, and like you said, it's not why we're here. It's not why you watch sports. You don't watch sports to get your social information from. You're not like, well, what does the NBA have to say about trans rights? Or wait, hold on, wait. I want to know, what does the NFL have to say about Christianity in the modern world? It's not what we're here to do, like you said. And there's a reason for that, because those things are corporations. Do you know what I mean? They are conglomerates of people trying to make money. So what you're doing is you're making money off of a real world problem or topic that people would like to talk about. You know what I mean? That's the other half of that, where I'm like, it's almost offensive. You know what I mean? For them to pretend that they care. It makes you feel a little icky.
Right. Well, and on top of that, like this is from the Nashville Predators Facebook page on Pride Night, which was last Thursday, I guess, March 26th. Y'all, they posted, y'all means all. Which again goes back to, why am I getting preached at by the Predators' social media as far as what I should believe and how I should, and if it then you've got, don't even get me started on the comments.
Yeah.
From both sides.
Just political mudslinging. It doesn't invite anything positive.
Which has literally nothing to do with hockey.
Yeah.
None of this has anything to do with hockey. Now, on top of all of that, regardless of what I believe or what anybody believes, in what world do I go to a hockey team to help me determine one way or the other? There's that saying, nobody's ever won an argument on social media. It goes back to the time and the place. I don't know at what point in time athletic teams even thought that this was a lane, one of their lanes. It's one thing to have an individual who has large public influence, who decides that they want to stand up for something and, get behind messaging. Mm-hmm. Whether they be from Hollywood and they get involved in a social movement, or whether they be, Muhammad Ali did it with the war, with the I think it was the war in Vietnam. There's people who they get up and they make a statement and they say, I do believe in this, or I don't believe in that. And they use their personal, and that's one thing.
That doesn't bother me because, if you had that much power and influence, if you believed in something, you know what I mean?
It to the power and influence side, yes. To the ignorance side,
right.
A lot of these people are no more informed on these subjects than you or I, would be on a subject, on just a general, but because of their power and influence, their position carries a lot more weight, right? And so we've got people who are actually experts on this subject who would be worth listening to, who don't have the same voice and can't make the same impact as Taylor Swift,
right?
Who has no clue, right? If Taylor Swift got up there and talked about climate change versus if a scientist got up there and talked about climate change, we're going to hear more about Taylor Swift's opinion than we will about the scientist.
Right.
But at least, to your point, at least they're an individual, a human being who we can say, you know what? That is their opinion. An organization putting an opinion out there is a faceless, nameless, because there are half the guys that skated off onto the ice that night who could care less about Pride Night, who just wanted to make sure that the Predators won.
Right.
Now, all that being said, that's my personal opinion on the matter. All that being said, I do think that it is ironic, possibly a little bit tone deaf, maybe a little bit of oversight, or maybe there's somebody who went the other way on it, who didn't agree with the whole situation, because you know who the Nashville Predators played on Pride Night? The New Jersey Devils.
Okay. Now you see, now it's like a farce, you know?
Well, so my question is, who scheduled that on that night?
Yeah.
And do they have cubicles next to each other and really not like each other, or
Exactly.
what?
Yeah. Tone deaf is probably the best word I would use for this.
Yeah.
And also a little late. I thought we were done with this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was, 2012, 2013 era kind of stuff.
I just don't like politics in my sports. I don't like it from sports teams. I don't like it from corporations. I don't like it. I like Tide. I don't like it from, again, it's not a, you're representing employees that have no,
billion-dollar companies have no reason, or they have no platform to preach from.
Right.
It's not worth it.
You could be one of those types of organizations and like support BLM, and then have a white supremacist as one of your employees, and you don't even know it.
Right. Yeah. It's disingenuous, and it's disgusting at a certain level. You're hijacking what is a really important thing to a lot of people as well.
So you're let me put it this way. You're taking a brand. The Predators are known for what? Hockey. Tide, in this case, as the example, would be known for what? A laundry detergent. You're taking a brand that you have created that is known for one thing and selling out what it's known for to forward your agenda on something totally unrelated. Totally unrelated.
Or even more cynically, they're just supporting that agenda because it's popular right now.
Right. Yeah, they just want clicks and views and like Bud Light with the, what are we doing?
Hey, listen, Clint Powers jumped in asking where Joe was on the bracket, so I thought you might like to enlighten him on that if you want to go ahead and get your shades.
These are my spring break shades. These are also my I'm in second place, about to win the bracket shades. So
you almost said another word there.
Yes, I am in second place. I'm right behind Tom Abraham. It's very interesting to me that the big dog is the only one in front of me. But that being said, he had Duke, so he's done. He's done.
Oh dear.
Yeah, as soon as they play the next game, there's literally no more. I don't think there's any more points than he can win. He may have had, I got to see who his other team was in the finals. But essentially, whoever wins, I have Arizona. There's a guy named Jeff who's got Michigan. Somebody else has got UConn. Whoever wins is going to win.
Thank you, Joe.
Whichever team wins, the guy who's got that pick is going to win the whole bracket.
All right.
So if, like, Michigan wins, I can't win the bracket at this point.
Right.
I'm not far enough ahead or anything like that. But I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Well, yeah, there's that.
My position.
I am curious as where I think I'm still in last, but I don't know. Maybe I bumped up a few spots.
I hope so. It'd be a much better story if you finished in last and I came in first.
That would be kind of funny. That would be hilarious.
If you ain't first,
you're literally last. We go, hey, first, and hey, like when people play bunco, you still get a reward for snake eyes. The most amount of snake eyes. So I'll just make my own I have my own party for being best of the worst. So
I gotta learn how to play bunco.
You don't know how to play bunco?
I don't know how to play bunco.
Oh, dude, it is fun. My mom used to get together with like a lot of her girlfriends, and I would like sub in every now and again. Dog, that game is fun.
Dude, you're not in last place.
What? Who's in the last place?
You're in second to last place. Jace's big losing bracket is in last. He's 10 points ahead of you.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. Let me see if he can win any more games. Can he get any more points? Oh, man. I'm going to be devastated if you don't come in last place.
We'll see.
Dang. Max. Yeah. Dude, I think...
Dang, did I pick too good on my bracket?
You can't score any more points, but neither can he.
Oh, no.
The worst you can do is second to last.
Well, there I go. Lost last.
It's hard to come in last,
Yeah.
All right, we'll get a break in here. We'll wrap things up when we come back. It is the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
The 2026 Tim's Ford Bass Classic is coming up Saturday, April 4th at the Tim's Ford Bass Club. Blast-off starts at 7 a.m. with weigh-in at 3 p.m. And there's a guaranteed payout of over $15,000, including $5,000 for first place. This year's event is made possible by our presenting sponsors: Phoenix Boats, Turfgrass of Tennessee, Gillum's Marine, CFC Recycling, and CWS Capital Waste Services. Entry is just $100 a boat, so grab your partner and get signed up today for the 2026 Tim's Ford Bass Classic.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester, or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got
Winchester. When our local athletes give it their all, Domino's is here to refuel the team. Swing by Domino's on South College and build your own pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 each. After the game, feed the whole squad. Grab a medium 2-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza, bread bites, and dips for $17.99. Or go big with 2 large pizzas and bread bites for $24.99. Quick combos, cold drinks, and deals starting at $5.99. At 668 South College Street, Domino's is proud to support our local athletes, on and off the field.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Winchester celebrated its musical heritage Thursday with the unveiling of a Tennessee Music Pathways marker honoring entertainment legend Dinah Shore. The ceremony took place at noon on the Winchester Square and featured remarks from Mayor Sean Crabtree, Ashley DeRosette of the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, and Alex Heim, Dinah Shore's grandson. Community members gathered to recognize Shore's legacy as one of the most influential entertainers of her era. Born Frances Fanny Shore in Winchester, she rose to national fame as a pop singer and television pioneer. Mayor Crabtree reflected on the moment, saying markers like this remind residents that history is found in the people and places that define a hometown. The Tennessee Music Pathways program, launched in 2018, connects visitors to significant landmarks across all 95 counties and highlights the state's diverse musical heritage. On the field, the Franklin County Rebelettes delivered a statement win Thursday night, powering past Giles County 14-7 at home. After briefly falling behind in the second inning, following a defensive miscue, the Rebelettes responded immediately. Freshman Leah Hardison delivered the turning point, a grand slam that flipped the game and gave Franklin County a lead it would not surrender. The offense was relentless, finishing with 17 hits. Hardison drove in 7 runs, while Addison Parton and Bella Smith each collected 3 hits. Caitlin Montgomery and Courtney Hallenbach-Wilhoit added multiple hits, showcasing the depth of a lineup that continues to mature. Delana Marshall provided a steady outing in the circle before Victoria Nelson came in on relief, striking out 3 to close the door. With the win, Franklin County improves to 8-9 overall and 3-1 in district play, moving into first place in the standings. For more local news and sports coverage, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
This segment of the starting lineup is brought to you by the Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Tune into the starting lineup with the FMO Facebook feed every weekday. Now, back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT, Winchester. Joe Abraham alongside Chewy. We talked about the Predators Pride Night the other day. Chewy, another thing that popped up this past week, and I know, it's a Mayhem Monday. It's not a Where's the Beef Wednesday or anything like that, but honestly, we got a couple more minutes left in the show, and I don't want to spend too much more time on it, but I do think that it's worth noting, and I want to get your opinion on it. The whole Erica Kirk-Drewski thing, I'd love your insight. I'd love your opinion.
So I will say this. Coming off of Afro Man's win against that police department with the defamation lawsuit and his free speech lawsuit,
right?
And he won. So Drewski, to me, is very talented. I don't watch him a lot, but I really enjoy how well he gets attention. Like, that's a real skill. But if you watch the skit, he never named who he was making fun of whatsoever. He never put a name on it. So Erica Kirk went out, said, that's clearly me, and then told everyone, hey, everyone, go watch this video. He's making fun of me. Whether that's true or not, Erica saw more of that than she would have liked in a farce than her real life. And I fully support. Listen, when it comes to comedy, I'm sort of. You should be allowed to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I am 110% in support of what Drewski's doing. I really don't care what Erica Kirk has to say whatsoever, really, on anything.
Right.
Let alone her negative opinions about a comedian who might be making fun of her. She needs to get over herself.
So, and here's the thing. I am all for, I think that in regard to Erica Kirk, I think that this is a video that totally needed to be made. This is a skit that totally needed to be made.
She's just lucky that Drewski got to it before South Park did.
Well, and here's the question. The only question that I have is, because I thought it was, and this goes back, we've said this before, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought that it was funny. I thought that it was true in a lot of ways. In Drewski fashion, he's done things. He did the white redneck thing with the NASCAR thing. He did just a couple of weeks ago. He did the
mega pastor,
the mega church thing. Yeah. What upset me was when it started, when the conversation got to the white face versus the black face conversation. So it can be funny, but it can also be offensive, and it can also be, and I know that people have brought up like the Jim Crow minstrel shows and things like that, and how they're not the same. No, we can't, they're not the same. Drewski's a comedian. It's art. It's this. It's that. Let him do his thing. There is literally no difference outside of the context of where America was at the time versus where America is today. Those minstrel shows were also done on stage in a comedic way, in an artistic way, as a performance. And if somebody wanted to argue that they should have creative protection as quote-unquote art, they could also. You can't have it both ways. To me, either we're allowing people to dress up and mock people of the other race and their perception of them, or we're not. And that's my only problem with the whole side of it. I don't have a problem with it. I honestly, my feelings, my emotions, I'm not sensitive enough to care. Whether it's a white person making fun of somebody, or a brown person, or a black person, or a yellow person, or I don't care. If somebody's making fun of somebody, it doesn't matter what color skin they are. It's comedy. It's a joke, right?
But it has to be done well. That I think that's the key there. You know, because we didn't. I mean, people talk like Robert Downey Jr. did it in Tropic Thunder, and
right.
Tropic Thunder is a comedy classic, and no one's going to argue that. You know, I think it has to do with intent. Robert Downey Jr. they weren't making fun of people like that, and neither was Drewski. Drewski wasn't making fun of whites; he was making fun of that kind of person.
Right.
You know, that for me is where it lies.
And so so there is a level of line, you know, and I get that aspect of it. Is that again the way that the minstrel shows made them look, and it was it was mocking them in that regard, and I do get that aspect of it. But again, where's the line? Who's to say it's being done well or it's not?
That's a good point.
Because you can say, oh well, they were just making fun of certain aspects of her. Well, if you're making fun of certain aspects of her, why did you need the white face? If you weren't pretending to be Erica Kirk, why did you need the white face? Or why did you need the, you know, because it literally said white women.
Yeah.
It was referring to white women. And so, again, are we making fun of people's skin color now, or are we not? Like, that's where my only problem is with it. Because I think stereotypes are freaking, there's a reason why they're stereotypes. I think that they're freaking hilarious a lot of times from a comedy perspective. They have the tendency to also be very offensive.
But like you said, two things can be true at once.
Right.
You know, and I think that's kind of where a good comedian lies, though, is towing that line. And the audience sets the expectation. So if the audience says, hey, this isn't acceptable, then we won't see more of it.
Well, and he certainly got the attention of a lot of people. Yeah. And again,
which is what he wanted.
The polarizing nature of it all.
Yeah.
The good thing is, Chewy, at least it wasn't involved in my sports.
Yeah, he didn't do this at the Super Bowl or something.
Right. Wasn't at the Predators game. Anyway.
Leo Hardison is up for Player of the Week.
Oh, cool.
For Tennessee, and I've shared the link on my Facebook page. We'll share it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
On ESPN, she's currently in second place after her big Grand Slam
7 RBI night. So he was saying that Hardison is up for the Player of the Week. We'll get that posted over to the Facebook page. Very cool. Anyway, interesting show today. Not our greatest work, but it's a Monday and it's spring break.
We'll be back with more spring break tomorrow.
Hey, at least we showed up. Where were you? Sleeping in like Landon. All right, it is the starting lineup fueled by Loco Coffee. We appreciate you tuning in. Coming up next, it's Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 106.9, WCDT Winchester.
At Citizens Community Bank, we're here to make your banking easy and convenient. Whether you're visiting us in person at our main location at 1418 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester, or others in Deckard and Huntland, or managing your money on the go with our secure mobile app, we've got you covered. Call us today at 931-967-3342. That's Citizens Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC. Your trusted partner in banking for over 30 years.
This spring, take pride in your yard with Flagship Lawn Services. From mowing and trimming to mulch and full cleanups, they deliver professional results at a fair, honest price. And with their Flagship Finish Guarantee, every job is done right, or they'll make it right. No shortcuts, No hassle. Just a yard that looks the way it should. Call or text Flagship Lawn Services today at 239-849-4033 and see the difference for yourself.
This is happening in your special events coming up in Franklin County. High Point Health Winchester with Ascension St. Thomas will host an Easter egg hunt on Thursday, March 26th. The event begins at 5 p.m. with the egg hunt starting at 5:15 p.m. It will be held on the front lawn at 185 Hospital Road in Winchester. Harmony Cumberland Presbyterian Church invites all kids up to 5th grade to their Easter egg hunt on Saturday.